Awake and brave here, enjoying himself. I've just been listening to 1960s, 1950s, 1960s doo-wop rock and roll music, and having a couple of beers and uploading a couple of videos. Today when I was out walking and making videos, I'm contemplating and having a walking meditation. So there are times when I speak into the camera. There are times when I think, contemplate. And there are times when I don't, when I just observe. And when I was observing, I felt a very deep presence of isness, of me-ness, of I-ness. And I'm standing on a promontory. Some of you will remember videos of the quarry. I'm doing that walk with the pond and then the quarry and the high promontory and all that, and you can look around the whole of the county. And this is nothing new for me, of course, but today I'm thinking, it's me. I'm an I. What's going on? I'm an I. And I say to myself, what's the I? No one's ever found the I. People speak about the I, me, myself, and things like that. But when you look for the I and the me and the self, they can't be found. But there's an essence, there's something. What is it? Consciousness, awareness. What is consciousness? What is awareness? We don't know. It's just something that's happening. We can't even say that we have it. We don't have consciousness and awareness. We are. It is. I think it is the better terminology. It is conscious. So when consciousness is aware of itself in this being, this shard of awareness, this shard of cosmic consciousness, it says to itself, I'm an I. I am here. The cosmos is all around me in 360 degrees in every single conceivable direction. My consciousness is the center of the cosmos. Wow. People, that's quite something. That's quite something. When you are a self, cosmically realized shard of God consciousness, and you think along these levels and you contemplate such things, and you say to yourself, well, I am a sentient awareness. I'm a point of consciousness and awareness and isness and I-ness. And I can speak to some of the people who feel the same way. Lots of people don't feel the same way. Lots of people don't recognize that they are the center of the cosmos. They've been led to believe, oh, I'm not the center of the cosmos, I'm little and pathetic, and I'm a fallen being, and all of this complete and utter nonsense. No. Anybody who is sentient, anybody who has cosmic consciousness is the center of the cosmos. So when I'm feeling and knowing that I am the center of the cosmos, I look around and I say to myself, what's going on? What am I seeing? And the I the ego, it says, oh, you're seeing fields, you're seeing landscapes, you're seeing green pastures, you're seeing trees, you're seeing the quarry here, you're seeing the stone, you're seeing the clouds, the sky. And I'm like, what am I seeing? What am I? And I say to myself, well, I'm this something which is looking at clouds and the sky and the green pastures, and I'm like, stop. Stop. All these things that you're saying are just ideas. Ideas created by mind, by consciousness. Concepts, words, language. I was looking across the green fields and I'm like, whoa, green fields, what is that? And then what sprung to mind is some guy who had taken LSD for the first time in his life. And this is in the Netflix series with Michael Pollan. It starts with LSD, then it goes on to psilocybin, then it ends in MDMA. And lots of people speaking about their experience with these things. And this person speaking about acid said, when I took this acid, I'd look at something like a wall, a brick, and all of a sudden I had this massive realization. What on earth is a brick? What on earth is a wall? Wall, brick. I'm looking at a brick wall. And all this stuff started to warp and go weird and everything. And then he thinks to himself, what are all these silly sounds? We attribute words and concepts to sounds, and sounds to words and concepts, and what are these things? We have a level of conviction that they are a world, it's material, it's real and it's true, but what are they? You see, psychedelics, entheogens, they allow you, they enable you, they give you the insight into looking at this stuff from another perspective. And we go brick wall, landscape, green pastures, sky, clouds. And then we just say, well, what if there's no words? What if there's no concepts? What is there? There's just isness. Something that is. You see, look what we do, people. Look what consciousness does. It creates terminology and it projects it onto some matter of some description. Let's just say a tree or a rock or a hill or a mountain or a landscape or anything like this. We go all these concepts, all these words, and we think that we're living in a reality. But if we take those words and concepts away, what is there? If we take colours away, if we take shapes away, if we take all of this egoic human programming away, what is here? Isness. Awareness. Awareness of awareness. Consciousness is born out of awareness. And then concepts and language and shapes and forms are born out of the awareness, which creates consciousness, which creates concepts, which creates forms, which creates shapes, which creates languages. You see, people? You see how it is? You see how there's nothing really here? Nothing really here. So I'm walking in the dream, and I'm just laughing, and I'm laughing, heartily. At the absurdity of it all, and the genius of it all. It's absolutely genius. I will never take any speck of the genius away from this human life experience. It's absolutely a miracle. It's miraculous. It's genius beyond comprehension. and to know that I am it. I am genius. I am immaculate. I am incredible, beyond comprehension. And anybody who is a self-aware, conscious, sentient being shares in that paradigm of consciousness. But for those who think that the field is the real thing, the green pasture is a real thing, the tree is a real thing, and they are real things, and pain is a real thing, and trauma is a real thing, and people that verbally bully us and manipulate us are real things, they're delusional. And some of you people who are wise and long in the tooth, you'll look at these silly videos that's out there on YouTube about Democrats imploding, how they're screaming and how they're traumatized and how they're acting like spoiled little brats because they can't get their own way, and grown men and women are sobbing because Kamala, their hero, their saviour, lost the election. And it's like it's the end of the world for them. Because that is their world. Because they're in a very, very myopic, tiny little universe. But for awakened, enlightened beings, our universe is cosmic. And when we engage in it, we know that we are the cosmos. We know that the cosmos is within us. Within consciousness. We are consciousness. And so, if you ever get to thinking like that, people, and I think, to be fair, you either have to have a very, very significant spiritual awakening, or you have to have taken entheogens or psychedelics to have this shift, this paradigmal shift from one perspective to another. When you take these entheogens, you just enter into a realm which is so vast, so incredible, so unfathomable, terrifying to the normie, but enlightening and enriching to those with an expanded state of consciousness, for those with the wherewithal to be able to deal with that. I suppose the cosmos deals out whatever cosmic hands it has to those that it knows can deal with it. Because otherwise everybody would be dealt with the same hand instantly. And everybody will be feeling the same things, and, you know, most people are not ready for that, people. Most people are not ready. Most people can't deal with it. They couldn't deal with it this time round. Maybe they've got to come back hundreds of more times before they're going to be able to deal with that. Before cosmic consciousness is going to be blessing a tiny shard of its consciousness with the ability to recognize what it is, to look at itself. You see how many of these shards of God consciousness don't recognize themselves. When they look at a tree, when they look at an ocean, when they look at the sky, they don't recognize themselves. That it's all them. It's all in the mind of God. Any of you had these experiences? Do you know what I'm speaking about here? Why don't you just go the extra mile and just say something? Say whether you do or whether you don't. Say whether you think I'm crazy. Say whether that you are hoping to be enlightened or awoken at some stage, but you're not yet, and you don't have a clue what I'm speaking about, but it sounds interesting and cool. Why don't you say it? What's wrong with you people? What inhibits you? What prevents you? Why can't you do that? Interesting, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to continue enjoying myself. I've got my chili to finish off, and I've got my Guinness to enjoy, and I've got my 50s and 60s doo-wop music, and I'm in an ambient environment, and I'm feeling wonderful because I'm a shard of cosmic consciousness having a human experience, which I think is great. I think it's really great.